Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a rapid transformational therapist and mind mastery coach. What I do through rapid transformational therapy is a combination of hypnotherapy using psychotherapy, CBT, NLP, and mindfulness and personal coaching practices to guide you to understanding the root, the cause, and the reason for the struggles, the limiting beliefs, and the issues that are holding you back. Okay, so when people come to me suffering from stress and burnout, um, it doesn't necessarily look just like stress and burnout, and it takes a little bit of a process to get them to realize that that's what it is. Sometimes they just feel exhausted and they don't know why. Sometimes it manifests as anxiety or panic attacks. Sometimes it's insomnia. Um, but they're looking for ways, tools, processes to follow um, to change the way they are being and living their life. So what I teach them with the conscious homework is really that the most important thing for them to do is start by looking at their daily habits and rituals, slowing down, being present in their body, spending time in nature, breathing properly, saying no and setting really good boundaries around the things that they're doing and they're saying yes to in their lives. So I got into this work because over the years I've had a number of my own struggles. I suffered from excruciating anxiety for over a decade. I've had bouts of depression and also really lacked self-confidence. And through the work that I've done in my personal development journey, I discovered rapid transformational therapy. And after having had a session myself, I found that it was so incredibly powerful and got me the most amazing results. I decided to study in it and leave my corporate career as an investment banker behind. So I work with clients who are struggling with anxiety, overwhelm, and panic attacks. I also work with people who are really lacking in self-confidence and self-love. So a lot of times these people are, suffering with weight problems or eating disorders. But I also work with people suffering from addictions, alcoholism in particular, drugs, porn, gambling. These things are really just numbing mechanisms to escape from the pain and the emotional wounding and whatever is going on inside of us that makes us feel hurt, makes us feel unhappy. So the way we speak to ourselves and our internal dialogue really becomes who we be and who we are. And when we're in a constant state of negative spiraling, looping thoughts, beating ourselves up, our body is responding to the words and pictures that we're creating in our mind, and that really becomes who we are. When I learned how really simple it is to master my own mind and bring those negative spiraling looping thoughts under control, I realized that I wanted to teach everybody the power of their own mind and how they too can understand these very simple steps to mastering their own mind and living a life where they feel confident, they feel calm, and they're free to be the best version of themselves. Other therapy styles, it's great to talk about, through, over, and around our issues every week for the years or months, but this is rapid transformational therapy, and the results you get with it are really fast. I like to do a 30-day program because I'm not just about seeing my clients and then setting them off. I really want to teach them and impart the knowledge that I have with them, that they have the power to master their mind. But through that, it takes them to make some conscious and subconscious changes. And this is where the power comes in, because when we're making or changing our beliefs, our thoughts, our habits, our actions and behaviors at the subconscious level through hypnotherapy, through rapid transformational therapy, then it means that making the conscious changes we actually need to make in order to experience the transformation, it's much easier, because subconsciously we're changing our beliefs on the subconscious level, and consciously it becomes natural to make better decisions and choices for ourselves. So the transformation can be incredibly quick. Certainly within 30 days, my clients feel amazing, much better, and they actually know how to navigate their way through complications, downturns, negativity, and stresses that may occur in their life in the future. So a lot of the session is involving psychotherapy. So I'm talking, you're deeply relaxed. And the line of questioning that I use is incredibly direct. And because you're so relaxed, we can make the questioning so direct, but that's where the client actually gets the aha moments. That's where they get the realization. In other kinds of talk therapy, usually the therapist wants to be a bit more gentle, beat around the bush a little bit more, so that eventually the client gets the realization without directly telling them. But because you're deeply relaxed, the line of questioning is much deeper, much faster, much more direct. And that's where you get the liberation, the understanding, and then the freedom. So a lot of people can be a little bit nervous about hypnotherapy. They think it's really woo-woo and out there and strange, but really it is a very well studied scientific process. We access the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is where 95% of your memories are stored. And in the session, I do a process of regression, which is where we go back to events, times, places, things that have happened and had an imprint on us, which is when we form a belief about ourselves and the world. And these beliefs are what we carry with us into our adult life. And usually they're false beliefs, because when we're children, we don't usually understand the big picture. We don't really understand what's going on. But our mind is a meaning-making machine, and our mind is going to make meaning to the event anyway. And when you're a child, you might not necessarily understand all the moving parts of that particular situation. When we do regression, we get to go back and visit those scenes, those events, those things that happened to us that impacted us, and change the meaning, because you're not that child anymore. You're now a grown man or woman. You can see that there were other factors at play, and the meaning that you made to that particular event, which is usually what children do, is they take responsibility for it. They think that they're not good enough, they're different. And they take responsibility for the thing that's going on, and they form a belief about themselves that they're not good enough. You know, Dad didn't want to pick me up today because I'm not a good enough son. He doesn't love me. I'm not lovable. Whatever the belief may be. When we get to look back on the event through the process of regression, we get to change those beliefs and see them from a different perspective. So if you want to know more about the way I work, please book a free call with me. I'm happy to do a 30-minute discovery call with you so I can understand a little more about the struggles you're facing. I can explain to you a little more in depth about how hypnotherapy works, about the process, and about the conscious homework you're going to be doing. I'd love to connect with you and support you to feel better.